Hey Brenda, do you want me to turn it over to Jeff, or you gonna run with the show?
Jeff's the big guy. Jeff knows all about this.
Well, just for a few minutes, and then you're gonna know the rest. Because the rest of it's on you all.
Yeah.
I'll tell you the guidelines, and there you go.
Okay.
So you probably already you've all looked at it and have an idea in your head. We're hoping.
So you're gonna wanna get whipped out. Pretty good. Oh, a little hard.
Paul, a heart attack?
Yeah, so you're covering it tonight, right? I'm in council.
Oh no.
But immediately I followed it
Daniel, were you on last night?
No.
See if you heard anything about the freeway shutdown.
Hazmat stuff, no.
I was listening to the scanner while I was working at the shop, and I was like, it's right down the road.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
Took the long way home, just in case.
That's right, yeah.
You know, that's one of those things for that, deficiency warrant.
So
That's the main reason for deficiency warrants from DEQ, not just for the other topic. And that is, if there's a spill, that's beyond the capacity of the local agency. So they've had the other deficiency warrants in research, like mercury spills and other toxic. Anyway, the county gets money from the state directly in advance, or whatever agency is responsible for the cleanup. And then submits that to the Board of Examiners and gets the money straight out of the DEQ checkbook.
Oh, wow.
Good to know.
I think they thought it was like not super toxic or anything like that, and then I guess the driver just took off.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the heck?
Oh, he did?
Yeah. They caught him in Boise.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. They waited like, what was it? The ISP was there a long time,
Mm.
and then the guy, like, no one was looking. He got in his truck and took off.
Wild. Dripping whatever that was all the way down the highway.
Yeah.
That would lead to an arrest anyway.
That's like that guy that got pulled over on the freeway with the duffel bag full of weed in the back, and his passengers, the drivers. Anyway, the three of them were out on the side of the road, and he decided to book it. He just gets in the truck and takes off.
Oh my gosh.
That was the one that did the chase them down,
Oh, man.
crashed the airbase.
Oh, yeah. Should I call Becky? Anybody communicate with her yet?
I have not yet.
I haven't talked to her.
I'll give her a quick call.
Is your stuff down too, Tiff?
Yeah, they did a reboot earlier and it
Still not working?
threw another error.
So-
For a little while and then
So ours is working.
you have audio. I don't have audio. I have the old trusty recorder.
Hey, it's Daniel. How are you? Good. We're just seeing if you're coming to tonight's meeting. Yeah, it's the area of impact discussion.
She just put her on speaker.
Okay. No, no worries. We'll take care of it. There is a quorum, yep. But you're still welcome to do that if you'd like.
So, are you? I thought you were in Glens Ferry, or is that next week?
Yep. Tiffany,
Okay.
would you mind dialing in Becky?
Sure.
Yeah.
Tomorrow I'm here for.
Or do you want me to just, if you're just using your personal phone, you don't want me to just have my phone up here or
I'm
something?
just gonna put her on this.
Okay, we'll let her. Yeah, Tiffany will call you from closer to the speaker. Yep.
Well, it's not very close to the door. I don't know if the audio will be that great. How about you don't know?
And you're good to go. Let me know when you're ready to.
Hello, Councilwoman Garvey.
I'm very sorry.
No, you're fine, no worries. All right. Go ahead.
Oliver Scott's. All right, we'll call the meeting to order. Tiff, please take the roll.
Councilwoman Garvey,
Present.
Councilwoman Markle,
Present.
Councilman Brennan,
Present.
Councilman Arjo,
Present.
Mayor Sykes.
President, let the record reflect we do have a quorum for the special city council meeting August 18th for area of impact discussion. So I'll run down really quick, go to conflict of interest. Has any council member received information pertaining to, otherwise had any contact with any person regarding any items on the city council agenda? If so, please set forth nature. Hearing none, we'll run down to action item new business number 1. Action item, deliberation decision regarding the area of impact boundaries. So with that, I will, I'm going to suspend the Roberts rules so you guys can get up, look at the maps, and do whatever you guys need to do. With that, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Schroeder and Brenda Ellis. So whoever wants to go first, by all means, you're leading the charge.
Okay, well, we're here tonight, as you mentioned, to go over the area of impact map. By state statute, we have to have it done by the end of this year. And so we want to get this over to the county after we reestablish these lines, if any. Some of them are outside of the 2-mile radius as mentioned by state code, so we'll probably want to rein definitely that in. But some of the others are open to interpretation as to what you see for the infrastructure, where it will be going. This can help us with that. We'll also look at boundaries, man-made boundaries, to see if those should be in or out, and anything that's likely to be annexed within the next 5 years is something we need to consider by state code. So if Jeff has anything to add to that?
Yeah, so what happened in a nutshell, if it hasn't been explained, there's 2 things you need to keep in mind. There's 2 different things. There's the area of impact agreement that we have that's been in existence since 2010. We're not on any time frame to monkey with that. That can stay. It's the boundaries of the area of impact that have to be evaluated at least every 5 years. And in this case, they either have to be modified or reestablished in conformity with the new statute about the limitations on the area of impact boundaries before December 31st, 2025. So, with that, there are some things you need to remember. If you don't do anything, you don't have an area of impact anymore. So the area of impact boundary goes away. An area of impact must be established before a city may annex adjacent territory. So if you don't have one, you aren't able to annex adjacent territory. If you establish, let's say it's right now, and let's say this stays the same, you can still annex outside your area of impact as long as you have an area of impact boundary. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, so just understand that this is kind of a carrot and stick thing. You got to redo this, and you got to redo it in conformity with the statute. So the first cut line is 2 miles. You statutorily are prohibited from going beyond 2 miles. The second cut line is those areas that you can, with a straight face, say are very likely to be annexed into the city within the next 5 years. How do you figure out what those are? You use those 4 criteria. 4 criteria are, you, as the council members representing your city, know anticipated commercial and residential growth, the geographic factors to be considered, like, for example, a giant freeway that bisects the city, transportation infrastructure and systems, including connectivity. Do you have roads, and do they have the ability to annex? Areas where municipal or public sewer and water are expected to be provided within 5 years, and other public service district boundaries. So using those criteria is how you come up with a straight-faced argument that a parcel or parcels that you think ought to be inside the area of impact are very likely to be annexed in the next 5 years. So what you're going to do in the next couple of minutes is come over here and take a look at this map and see, and the other thing is area of impact boundaries have to respect parcel boundaries. So you should, a parcel should be wholly within or wholly without of the area of impact. So you need to take a look at this map, you need to look at the current city boundaries, and adjacent, what was this, other public service district boundaries aren't as important here because you don't have another county or another city that's nearby, so those boundaries aren't as important. And you need to be able to submit, the goal of tonight is you're gonna pass a resolution that says, we've considered these 5 factors, we consider the new map that we've just drawn, those areas very likely to be annexed within the next 5 years, and we ask you, county commissioners, to set a public hearing. We're gonna attend the public hearing, and then we're gonna be able to explain why these are in or out. And then the county commissioners can adopt an ordinance recognizing this new map. And so the biggest chunk of work here is when you redraw this, being able to kind of explain how a parcel is in and why it's in, or a set of parcels are in, and why you think they're very likely to be annexed in the next 5 years. So, it's all yours. There's crayons and pencils and markers to redraw the boundaries. Do you have any questions about this? The other city in Elmer County is doing the same thing. You're, I think, one meeting ahead.
Cool.
Okay?
All right, council, want to get up and
Around the table?
get on the table?
Yeah, did you want the crayons?
I'm not allowing.
Oh, that's right.
Here's 2 documents that show the future where water and wastewater is anticipated to go. So if that helps you make some decisions. The black is existing here for infrastructure. But then this would be future, this yellow is future, all of these are future updates.
That's
And-
from the
yeah, this-
facilities plan
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. That's from our master plans.
Start out the south side, where everything's kind of moving to. Like this.
I have one piece of input that I said earlier. It's both legal and kind of policy wise, and that's this, the National Guard Armory is a recipient of city services. And you could annex that very easily, without even getting permission, because it's federally owned property. And so, because it's receiving city services, both water and sewer, it would be my recommendation to your legal counsel to annex it. And so I would say that meets the test to be very likely to be annexed in the next 5 years. Although the past 5 years, we haven't gotten around to it. Anyway, that's all.
So this is the outline that we talked about, Brenda, that we're wanting to do currently. We took out some, right?
Yeah, so when I looked at it and took all those things into consideration that Jeff had just mentioned, knowing that this is outside the 2 miles, and then I considered, well, where will infrastructure be within this area? And will anything within the next 5 years likely be annexed? Me looking at it and knowing who's coming in and looking at sites for development, none of this is out here, and then plus we don't have the infrastructure out here. So I looked at it as maybe we draw a line here and go down, which is Canyon Creek Road or Canal Road, and go down this way. So those are the things I looked at. So in my mind, it would shrink this area, and then we could probably grow.
We want to keep that though.
Some of the, yes, this would all stay because of the industrial area. We may even include this, should developments start to happen out here, which could likely happen, if things go according to plan. And then this area here is not currently within our area of impact, but we see a lot of inquiries to this land here,
Within like this square here.
just this here.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, because it's gonna be, more difficult to get infrastructure in this area down below runway. So it would be very unlikely within the next 5 years that we would see development within this area. And then other places where we see inquiries is definitely along Bruno Highway or Highway 51 and from our boundaries to 51. So this is kind of an area where, yeah, we get a lot of inquiries, but then we also have some struggles with infrastructure here. Again, then we have the farm out here. It's very unlikely this area would annex any time within the next 5 years. We would have to get out to our farmlands, and so these guys are, you know, adjacent to that and probably would not be annexable within the next 5 years. Other concerns were out here. Will this area out here be annexable within the next 5 years because of infrastructure out this direction? Probably not. Plus, we've got to get it there first.
But this is city property. That's the tribe's property.
Correct.
And then isn't it these two properties that are our old landfill?
Old landfill, yeah, that's landfill.
Okay.
Yeah, closed landfill.
Closed, so.
So,
Shouldn't that be annexed just because it's ours?
well, we have to be
Not
contiguous
contiguous.
first.
Oh.
Which this
Appreciate
is,
that, yeah.
which is true, this is, and if we own both of these, then yes, you could annex them.
Okay.
So, you know, looking at this, 18 kind of seems like a logical place to start, but maybe you come down here to Fisher, so like come across maybe here, go down 18. But those are all decisions you can help us make.
So which one's Fisher again?
I think it's this one, yeah.
So bring it, are you saying the shrink, we'll keep that, and then bring this, we'll get, that's 18, and then down to Fisher, just to get rid of this? Is that what you're saying, Brenda?
Oh, I'm gonna grab this, that I drew up. And some of this could be modified. So this was just a proposal for next. So this line comes down here and then over, I think this is 6th to 18th and then down.
Just
So the
But this
white
is a-
line is your, like,
Yes,
your
is
creation?
where I see possibly
Yeah.
that annexation within the next 5 years could be. And then this is where I've included this parcel here for the industrial development. But it comes straight, this comes down Canyon Creek and then straight, or, yeah, Canyon Creek and then straight across. To. Am I just looking upside down? Yeah, yeah, and so it would cut off here, so none of the Simplot land would be included within the area of impact.
And what's on the other side of the interstate right here?
That was an interchange, that's Canyon Creek. So it goes over, and I think back when they originally did this, they included those interchanges as part of the area of impact. Because they wanted to have some say within those boundaries.
Perfect.
But now, it's outside the 2 miles.
Do we need to make any consideration up here for where our water tower is on the other side of the highway?
I don't think so. I mean, yeah, I really don't see a reason to make it part of it, because it's, well, I guess there's infrastructure there. We have the water tanks there. We have the water tanks. Yeah, I don't know what that means for future development, just because the water tanks are there.
Right. I just didn't know
But everything on
if
the
we needed to get there.
other side of 84 as an area of impact, potentially, that could, if somebody wanted to, be annexed in and develop those parcels, all we have to do is put a sewer line underneath the freeway.
Right, but the struggle is it's outside of that 2 mile for one, and then it's
Except
5
here.
years, right there.
In this.
In
The
this
other-
area.
yeah,
I'm thinking
the other
of this
part is
area.
the 5
Where's the
year
tank?
window.
The tank's right there. Oh, it's up
Somewhere
here.
here, yeah.
Yeah,
Between this exit.
but the other part's the 5 year window part, getting it there in 5 years.
Right, in 5
So
years.
that's the, I
yeah.
think that's the Gary well, and then I think this is the.
That's where the tanks are.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
if we wanted to pull that in, it certainly wouldn't hurt a thing in the world to pull those in.
They're not contiguous, and without consent of the adjoining landowner, we wouldn't be able to. And so the idea of whether or not this is very likely to be annexed kind of hinges also on the purpose or point of the adjoining landowner, whether he's gonna give consent.
Mhm. And none of this is within is annexed currently.
Right. So there's no real legal reason that you need to, it's still city-owned property. It's just that if you wanna do something that implicates a county P and Z thing, then they have, like, Glens Ferry has one of these, and somebody wanted to put a cell tower on it, they had to go through county P and Z to put a cell tower, that's all.
Is
So it's
this,
not.
is the interstate a boundary where we can't annex across from? So,
I think you
so-
can,
so if somebody here wanted to annex, let's say, but the interstate was here, and this is all in the city, could then this become
yeah, you can annex
annexable?
across a river, so I think you can, but.
Can I start this out, like you said? I think we should, I mean, just my opinion, just thinking this through is, if your comment was, I don't foresee it being annexed in the next 5 years, then be more conservative and bring it up, right? So let's leave this farmland alone and bring it, maybe just take that part
Right
out.
to the edge of, Hamilton, yeah.
So this is our farmland, right
Show you a
here, right?
different color here, probably. Something that's not already, I kinda picked that color there.
There's like a nice coffee.
Pink.
That's not a marker.
Oh, it's just right.
I'm just kidding.
I thought somebody sabotaged.
I'm okay with that,
Yeah, I mean, if we don't have an,
So this mirrors that right now currently? It looks like it does, other than you took out
Yeah.
that
Yeah, so,
and that.
yeah, it comes this way and then across.
So leave,
Yeah, straight.
leave all that, then
Yeah, so I took,
Take
mine
out-
was took this out.
just this
Oh.
strip right there.
Yeah, just that strip
yeah,
out.
I would take that out, because I don't foresee us doing anything in that.
Because you said this is
area,
ours,
but-
That's
yeah,
ours,
the-
yeah.
so
the
this
farm-
part is not.
Correct.
Farm
Okay.
is this.
Okay.
I think I made myself describe.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And again, just to clarify, Jeff, you said, even though we made this line, that doesn't mean that we can't annex outside of the line.
Correct.
It's just we have to have some kind of.
We have to have that boundary.
Okay.
Yeah.
This goes up
So you added this.
Yeah, so I added this piece just because it made sense if this, when
Yeah,
this
that-
becomes industrial, that this would be a part of it.
Okay.
This is USA land, I'm not saying it can't be annexed, but
Okay. So,
and just as a side note, this one is outside of our current boundaries. Even though it shows on this, the Elmore County, map itself does not include this, so the new map should include it.
And then coming up here, this is,
This is adjacent to the lagoons.
okay.
okay.
It is existing, yeah.
and then where you.
This is South Tenth.
Yes, ma'am.
If we can let the record reflect, Councilwoman Garvey's gonna exit the meeting because she can't track it anyways.
Okay.
Good night, Councilwoman Garvey.
Oh, okay, good night, guys. I'm so sorry. Thank you very much.
Yeah, this
No,
number
good night.
is 18.
Oh, so it
Yeah.
is.
And that's here, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I believe so.
And then it juts out.
Yeah, because here's the current boundary. It's hard to see, but here,
I mean, but on here.
yeah. So this is the,
Of what you have,
this one.
okay.
And then the one I drew up, but you guys don't have to follow, is here, so.
Yeah, so
It would just come up 18.
it would cut this
Yeah.
section out.
Correct.
Altogether.
And
I'm fine.
I'm fine with that. Because you said you don't foresee us in the next 5 years going out that far. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and of course, the floodplain is headed out that way, not you can't develop in the floodplain, but.
So you just come straight up here, Brenda,
Mhm.
to,
Can't do that.
No.
Federal law.
How far? Just to here?
Yeah.
I think on mine, now you guys can change this, and if we need to pull up the parcel ID map, we can, to East 12th. So I went 18th to 12th.
Which one's 12?
That's.
You can actually go ahead and tell that.
Yeah, so that's public works, right?
Yep.
I'll start there at least.
Yeah.
Is that right, what everybody's thinking?
Yep. Okay,
and
And then
go to 12.
to
come up.
here?
Yep, because that's our land anyways.
Over here,
Mm-hmm.
essentially, yeah.
this would stay.
And this would be out.
And then you came up over here because.
Yeah, I removed this is
Oh,
the
you did?
interchange.
Okay.
It didn't seem that we would be annexing it anytime soon, nor would we have infrastructure up there.
Okay. And then,
And our infrastructure here,
Mhm.
the old well, Chris, not old, this one's still online, right?
Wait,
Past industrial,
yep, everything up there is good.
and we have nothing beyond that.
Oh, so we have the mile there,
where's the 2 mile mark ending?
You can see it off of this map. This is your 2 mile. It is
Right.
actually at the interchange. So there's not a lot of it that comes, that's actually in the current area of impact. But when you start looking at your lines, then you'll see, what should come out.
So you said go down to Canyon Creek.
I was thinking
So just past the
Or
pit,
canal,
yeah,
yeah, sorry.
you could,
She
if you
said
wanted,
Canyon Creek.
yeah, if you wanted to extend it out, you could. That was in,
We're so close
Yeah,
already.
yeah.
right here.
And two really nice,
Yeah.
subdivisions that could easily come in.
Yeah, so the hurdle here is the pit, right? We've got this pit. I mean, we could annex it at some point. I think we have infrastructure here and then we have infrastructure here. So that, to get these in the next 5 years which was my thought process, why I went with that, is it probably would not happen within the next 5 years. Not to say it couldn't, but.
Yeah, but it's like if two property owners, 2 or 3 right here ask for annexation,
Mhm.
then if we get to the corner on this green line, then it opens up all of that.
Well, we have to, that's
If-
the shoestring.
Well, we
So-
had that one property that the guy wouldn't annex in, and the guy wanted to be annexed in too.
So, one thing, I don't know if there's any of them out here, I know there are on Daniels Road, lingering commitments to annex,
Mhm.
There are.
on contiguous.
Mhm.
And then there are people who might want to annex under contiguous. I don't think I think touching corners doesn't work for contiguity.
Right, it's,
Yeah, that's
yeah, it's graphic.
shoestring.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
and you can't use a foot wide strip, but you can certainly do more than a foot wide strip. So we did that at Parma to get a piece of property contiguous. Bigger, so like a ditch,
Yeah, I was on the fence with this one.
fence doesn't work.
I was like,
Sorry.
Yeah.
Um,
But then I considered that the pit where the infrastructure was, are we gonna expand it out anytime soon, within the next 5 years?
Is this, purple sage?
No, this is
Oh,
Carey Circle.
Wilson Carroll, yeah.
Yeah, all of
I
this.
don't think those are very likely to be annexed. That's just my gut.
Yeah.
So we're thinking maybe right here?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
This
then
is
how
that
far
pit.
do we go?
Down to, even with this road here,
Mercury?
Yeah.
So it would look like this.
Yeah. And then even with
Well, like, follow the highway
Mm-hmm.
to,
Yeah. Yeah. So, you can see that whole thing.
Hmm.
what are your thoughts?
I don't like it.
Oh, you don't?
I would still go with, I don't know, I think imagine if like our water failure that we just had in Meadows or over the other neighborhood happens, and they ask for a connection.
A lot of New Mercury has connection already, and they're on agreements.
Yeah.
So,
And once we establish the boundary, this still doesn't mean we can't annex them.
Right.
yeah, so I think you have the flip side is this, if it, you can probably with a straight face say it's not likely that those will annex in the next 5 years. So it means they shouldn't be in the area of impact. It doesn't mean you can't annex them if you shrunk this boundary back. So you still, and then later on, if they do come in and want to annex, you can still do it. It's just that, how are you gonna make the argument that they are very likely to annex in the next 5 years? Makes sense. That's all. And if you can, very likely, so that word's in the statute, very likely.
Very likely.
In the next 5 years. And the other thing is, there's nothing precluding me from revisiting this more often than every 5 years. You could have another one of these tabletop sessions and submit a new resolution to the commissioners anytime after you've rethought it. So the key is making those areas that you've included defensible according to those 4 criteria, 5 criteria, and very likely in 2 mile.
Yes, and then another reason why I left this portion alone is to protect the airport, and the rail.
And then the rest of that was, you said BLM ground.
Yeah, I think the rest of this outside here is either USA or BLM.
But we did get that piece in though. just in case.
In my mind, it should have come in. It's privately owned,
Right.
but it's not, so I could go either way on that one.
Well, no, I like your drawing on that. It has it in there
Yeah, yeah.
because of the what we're
I'm
putting
gonna
out there.
stick with, my thought on this whole thing.
Selfish you.
I don't know. Okay, hey, thanks, Jeff. All right,
Simon?
so, my thought, I wanted less is more, right? So,
Jim McMurtry,
Yeah.
is that what Scott wants?
That was kind of my thought as well, was follow the highway up, come down Canyon Creek to McMurtry, and then make a straight shot over.
Okay. Is that what you want, Jim?
yeah.
Okay, I lose.
You need a volume.
I don't think you lose, because at the end, like you said, if somebody needs annex, and they still have that opportunity comes in.
I just worry about the, and I don't know, like there one day could absolutely be an interchange there, and I think that was smart of the forefathers before us to bring that in, so to speak. But it's just kind of cutting it right in half, so canal would not be cutting that in half.
And so then how,
So I think this parcel, so it comes straight across, okay? And then it drops, in my drawing, you guys are gonna make your decisions here. It drops down here and then includes this.
and
Cause this is,
That parcel, Brenda, that square you just pointed at that you,
This
what
one?
is that currently? No, the other one your finger was on.
this one, that one. It's, belongs to, Farm Life, Farm Life.
Oh, we can pull it up real quick.
Are we going down frontage road right here to connect this, or are we keeping it?
Yeah, this would all be out. So anything that you've drawn, anything above this line that you've drawn would be out of the area of impact.
Am I making the interstate connection right there
Yeah,
as
so
the
you-
boundary?
Yeah, so you're following the interstate, which you've done, and then down, yeah.
Okay.
And then adding that in.
Mm-hmm.
this-
From.
Yeah, so it drops down and then over. Yeah, because this is already a parcel boundary line.
Right here still.
So,
Okay.
Yep.
so this parcel owner and that parcel owner are the same.
Okay.
and then this, you said to protect the airport?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The airport and the rail.
Okay,
Which, yeah.
and then,
The only other location that I personally, in dealing with is this area probably should be included, so it should be in.
Which Councilwoman Workla, that chunk you just talked about, that's the 273. That's
This
a
one?
little bit that weird, like, that's city property
Gotcha,
already.
okay.
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
then,
so here's where we get most of our inquiries, is here, but this is already in. Is it possible infrastructure could be here? Yes, but on Highway 51, but there's, some challenges with that too, so. And this is where Runway Estates is, and so, like I said, we actively get inquiries about these 2 parcels here. It just makes sense to go ahead and continue that.
Which parcel's Runway Estates?
I think this, or excuse me, this one.
This kind of one is broken up.
Because that one's annexed already.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep. It's under the red line here. Well, it's all here. Brenda, ideally, sorry, this should be not green right here, right?
Right,
Because the green line.
this is
looks
in,
like-
yeah, this is parcel, city limits, yeah.
and then what's right here?
That's the Chevron, that's, also Cristobal, yeah.
Construction, that's
So,
one of these,
Yeah, this
is
is-
Bowman's.
The
or-
Air Base Commons is out here,
Right.
that we've annexed, so it's in for development. It hasn't begun development, but
and why did you go out, over here?
this is the existing
That's the
boundary.
existing,
Yeah.
this
That-
was already,
yeah.
that line was already there.
This is existing?
Correct.
Oh,
So
okay.
this is that proposal, and in this drawing, it would include that block,
Oh.
with this red line.
I'm sorry, cause I'm using the green as existing.
So that's the city limit.
That's city
line.
limits.
Oh, okay.
This is the area of impact boundary. the
That
red
exists
line,
today.
That is in force now. If we follow this line would bump down to here and include those 6 parcels.
So you get a lot of inquiry right here.
Correct, for development, yeah.
And then, why not here?
It's very unlikely that that would be annexed within the next 5 years, and then infrastructure is also an issue, getting it out that far.
So we're happy with this, and are we thinking,
I think we bump this line down and include
so go
this.
like this?
Mhm.
Now,
For the fact that we're contiguous and there's current inquiries in about those, that puts us in that realm of, is it likely within the next 5 years it becomes possible?
And we have runway here. This could be picked up soon, and, you know, somebody pick it up, move it along again, which would then mean we have infrastructure close by there.
you think we're gonna go this way?
I'm fine with that one.
And then after here.
Keep it. Okay. Has there been any inquiry in like these parcels or anything? Well,
Well,
obviously they're too far away.
Yeah, this parcel, so we're preparing to annex this, and opening up this for annexation will open this up for annexation. And we know from past history, the gentleman that owns this parcel is interested in developing.
Yeah, that's Scott.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which then, I mean, it could, make this parcel available for annexation and development too. But again, there could be some
I
challenges.
think it's the same landowner, isn't it?
I don't think so. Can't tell you off the top of my head, but I don't think so.
Jenny, what are you thinking? Is it a highway? 50?
Not that the landowner
Yeah.
drives the
I
thing,
feel
but
like it should go, I'm okay with that. I'm questioning all of this.
Do you think it should, that a red line should come in further and stay?
So go across all the way and down and remove this from the area of impact?
Maybe. I think 51 should just stay up, all the way up into,
this
to where it's at.
belongs to Apple.
So, like I said, I think it should go all the way up 51.
Because this is already inside the boundaries, this could, the gentleman that owns these parcels here, once this all starts to develop, could start to develop this. It's a time for development, but doesn't mean it's gonna be annexed within the next 5 years, so.
Okay, and then where's the Chevron? Exactly.
It's it here, but then we
Okay,
have,
so we have
they
it.
have this parcel, these right here, which are inside our boundaries. So, keeping in mind, we've gotta keep our lines to the parcel lines, then you either go straight
Straight
across
across and
or
down.
come up, yeah. So,
And
if you go
if-
straight across and down,
If infrastructure were to come down 51, which on our,
That's the way our city's growing.
Right.
So,
it's true, it's true.
in 2022, the improvement priority for bringing any infrastructure down 51 was a level 3 outside of 10 to 20 years. As far as growth though,
It could happen
it,
sooner.
it could happen sooner given these two.
Sure, but will it be within the next 5 years?
well, the land's for sale already, so like for development. I think we could weigh on the probability of yes. I mean, there's
No,
a corner
this is,
here too.
can be decided by council, you guys will decide on a resolution, and then we can move it on to, the commissions for review.
What's right here?
Just make sure, I'm not sure who we have
Is it-
as our mapping, but make sure it respects parcel, or they assume those are parcel boundaries on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll make sure you see on something. Okay. And then I don't know what format the county needs,
What do you think, Scott?
I think these
GIS
These
for
stay
the
for the
mapping
fact
system or
that
whatever, but you
they
guys
use
check
GIS
those down.
coordinated
with them on other maps.
51, that opens.
Because that's what's gonna be attached as exhibit A to the resolution.
So logically, if the one domino falls and infrastructure gets brought down there, then that opens up everything.
I've seen that on my
Both
time,
sides.
where somebody kind of reaches out there a little bit.
Yeah.
And then people beside them are like, ooh, me too. And then there's
Yeah.
some over here by, like where United Storage is at and a couple of those parcels who are like, ooh, I'll go next.
Yeah.
So it goes pretty quick.
Yeah.
So Scott, you're thinking keep it as is then? Bring it down here?
Include these 6 parcels, bring it across, and then leave the rest the same.
What are you thinking, Daniel?
I like that idea.
Okay, I'm out voting, so. That's okay.
lost.
I lost.
No, compromise.
I lost that round.
Compromise, exactly.
Daniel compromised.
I mean, the good thing is even under our current ideas here, we're excluding much more than
We're bringing in.
I think that
I'm gonna
place.
put a little blue tick where there's a slight disagreement. There we go.
And I definitely see your point about these, right? I mean, if something were to break loose, but
I think it's, well, maybe I don't have to rehash it. I think it's way more likely than that than, like, you know, some of this stuff here,
true.
you know, whatever, so.
Yeah, but then again, you know, as Jeff mentioned, and the state code allows, we can still annex.
Okay.
And it's already developed, so there's not gonna be any notices saying, hey, we're having a public hearing. What's your thoughts on this area?
Sorry, yeah.
No, you're fine. So, and then we covered here.
I think that was just giving us the buffer around the current city limit
Mhm.
that's being within.
And then this is existing.
Okay.
No intention, unless some interesting opportunity arises.
We did get quite a bit of interest, in developing out here.
This still should stay out here.
In my opinion, it should. It's very likely we're gonna get infrastructure out there in the next 5 years.
That's true.
Nor will they be, able to annex, you know, very likely to annex within that 5 years. We good?
Copacetic?
Yeah. But after we've decided as a body with this, Jeff, the next step is to present.
We just take this and take the resolution, and this is an appendix to the resolution, and give it to the county commissioners, because the resolution is a request that they adopt this. And then if they want, or it's a, it's a request that they schedule a public hearing. And then we pay the postage for notifying all these people about the areas being modified. And then we would appear at the public hearing to make our case about why things are.
Keeping in mind that the county is gonna do the public hearing.
Yeah.
They're the ones gonna send out all the
Yes.
notices, et cetera.
So
We
we-
won't be doing it, but we'll reimburse
We
them.
reimburse them according to the statute.
So then, what that will trigger, they might want you guys to come to a commissioner meeting before they adopt the ordinance adopting this, and explain it, or set the public hearing, whatever, this is 100% county, authority. We just initiate the process to modify.
Is it possible they'll wanna have a joint meeting
They
with council?
could, yeah, but I figured this step first, put something on
On the
paper,
table.
send it to them that you can defend, then we can figure the quagmire coordinating the schedule.
that's our, reference, like.
This big one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we'll take that.
I know you're gonna remake it up, I just.
I feel like it's exactly what it was here. Refresh my memory if there's something that's changed.
This portion is out,
It's
which
out,
one's that?
yeah. And then this portion, this came straight down, tribal land, and straight over, and straight down.
Yeah.
We gave you what you wanted, right?
Well, it's not what I wanted.
It's just what's
But just something that
practical
made
to the
sense to
growth.
me in my head, yeah.
Right.
Especially with all the inquiries we've been getting.
I think this was well thought out, I appreciate it.
Jeff, what kind of like legal ramifications of a interstate interchange system is there? Since we're taking that out,
None.
does it mean anything?
It means that so whatever your current area of impact agreement specifies you're supposed to do, if there's development outside the city limits, it just triggers that. If it's taken out of that, then it's still the county's decision. So it just deprives us, it doesn't deprive us, it just keeps us out of their decision-making process about what they're gonna do with it.
But we still can have input.
Yeah, we can, yeah.
If something comes up and we're like, hey, we wanna just tell you our thoughts, we can certainly submit something to the planning and zoning commissioners,
Yeah.
and let them know, hey, this is our thoughts with regards to this.
Once we've made the proposal for the county, and in the instance that they might not be in agreement with a portion of this, any portion, whether inclusion or exclusion, what steps to the process? do they have?
Then what you would do is that part of the code that says cities and counties should work together to do it if there's a disagreement. But where you're taking parcels out of it, and you are removing additional procedural steps for the county to approve or disapprove subdivisions, it seems to me likely. I haven't discussed with any of them this. I figure you just put this forward, and then if they have some issues with it, then you can sit down and talk about it. And I would recommend if you have a joint meeting, do exactly the same thing. County commissioners, you guys have the pens and pencils, and go from there, and talk about all the things you basically said. The key is, and I think Councilwoman Workle hit it with this statement, and I think I've used it with other cities that I represent. The statute is clear that less is better, less is more. That it's designed intentionally to bring it in. There were two cities, one being the unnamed largest one in the state, had a 5-mile area of impact, and wanted their fingers in everything that was going on way outside the city limits. And that's what drove this whole train. Then you had Middleton, Star, and Cunin, Nampa, and none of us do that. We don't do that. The whole vehicle is just designed so that you can exert some control over subdivision development outside the city limits, if you need to. And so, to the extent about these guys, are their subdivisions, do they conform to city standards? Maybe not. Does their infrastructure conform? We don't know. It really doesn't matter at this point, because they're gonna have to be brought up to those standards if they're gonna annex. And so, the risk of that development being done contrary to your standards is pretty low, because just look at the county's development standards. Other than wells, and now there's a new code about domestic water minimum. So I think the more you take out of it, the better chance it has of being approved. And the legislature's already told you what you can and can't have.
We've taken out way more than we've added. These are our only two chunks of adding right here.
And I would bet it's easy enough from the GIS side to be able to express the number, or, the acreage that's being taken out versus strategic conditions.
I think ARMA went, I know we did a few more, but almost one parcel wide.
All the way around.
Yeah. So.
Thoughts, exclusions?
Okay.
No, because of the interstate here and the ramps and they have an active plan to increase the interstate to 3 lanes each direction between the 95 and the 90 here in the next short term. this has been on the county's radar for a while. I'd like to see that in, but
If we redrew that from where this proposal is, would you wanna make a honk?
that's my request there.
So again, you're still not precluded from annexing it if you want to, if it's contiguous. You can annex, I think you can annex across the freeway. I don't know that the area of impact part of it's that useful to the city legally.
Just the mechanism of an adopted area of impact was in place.
Yeah. You just have to have, you could have, you know,
And if there's gonna be an interchange there, like I don't wanna just ask to leave some comments, like I want them to reach out to us for comments. Like I wanna be very much, have the city a part of that decision-making process. The interstate's a big deal, brings a lot of commerce, a lot of people.
I think those parcels in that area are, pits, gravel pits currently, owned by the Dodge family. So, and, you know, when the interstate does exceed that, they're gonna encompass probably the gravel pit area.
Yeah, that's a good point, but this one, and that one, and this one. all of
Yeah,
that.
and they own this as well.
I definitely hear what you're saying about that, about the interchange part
Mhm.
and the impact to commerce.
Because my point is if they do the interchange here, it's these parcels that will become the frontage.
And everything down.
We're like 3 or 4 parcels away from city limits here.
Yeah.
I think you can make an argument that within 5 years there will be a request
Right.
for, and Jim Sexauer, I think, owns this little corner piece right there. So, and that doesn't really mean anything, just like he could, he would be the first one probably to say, put me in, coach.
What are your thoughts if we bumped over Canal?
I was flexible either way on that.
So here, and then you go.
Change that. To incorporate. I see Councilman Brennan's point on
As
that.
you said, the comments for this area, which area? Potential.
Yes.
Unless it be-
Especially if there were anything.
There's 3 lanes wide coming here, and when they're in the motion of that, they could potentially decide to do a ramp. I'm not saying it's more likely than not, but it's possible. That's made my argument.
No, no.
I hear that. I think I'm with you on that after thinking about it.
Is that you? Stop it. Hey, stop it. Feeling your own action. No. What ramp? What are you talking about ramp?
Like if they add another interchange, another
Is
series
that
of
your
ramps.
idea?
ITV, I mean,
Or
the
is
county has
that-
talked about that.
have they talked about
for a
it?
long time.
Okay.
Because the land is available to put ramps here. Land is not available to put a ramp on the 18th Street crossing. And it's so close already to this one.
What year is that slated for?
The 3 lane? The new foreman has told me, within the next year or 2. And it's already, what do you call it? Planned, not budgeted, all the way to Boise. So, yeah.
But their budget's a 6-year budget.
I'll be an old lady going, and not that I'm not in here anyway.
Yeah, who knows what it is.
Well, I mean, it's already in now, we're still shrinking that boundary entirely.
Right, like this exists now.
These are all in the area of impact, we would just be cutting these people
Got it,
out.
yeah.
I'm game to include that. I think after hearing your explanation on that.
took debate class in high school.
Nerd. No, just kidding.
Make sure that goes on the minutes.
The debate part or the nerd part?
Wait a minute. Did you say you were in the Air Force?
You better stop this meeting with me, Island.
Do you wanna make any final argument for this? Jeanette?
I didn't take debate class. I have comments, but I don't want to be a record.
All right. So we got our marching orders, Brenda?
I think that was Brenda's.
As far as,
So you read the,
It hasn't got as an action, but there's really nothing to vote on, right? The resolution is what they vote on, correct?
Yeah, they vote on attaching this map. They vote on adopting that resolution, which has this map is, once it's drafted by the.
Okay, so there's no action tonight then to be.
Yes.
no, there is. He's gonna
Approve the resolution.
approve the resolution with it,
Oh,
attachment.
Draft I'm sorry, I forgot you made one. I'm so
Didn't have
sorry.
the right city on it this time.
Remember, yeah, he gave us Payette or something.
Parma.
Parma.
we have,
Oh, but I corrected a typo. There's a typo in paragraph 4.
We're gonna need the resolution number here, please.
next question.
Section 2 has needs to say, the city council has considered and incorporated the requirements of Idaho Code Section 67, 65, 6526 4B in requesting this modification.
Not 67?
67, 65, 26.
26. It says 626.
So add a 5 in there, okay.
I can send you the right one.
With Parma on it.
No.
Okay, council, with the modifications, do I have a motion to approve resolution what one?
17.
2025, 17.
2025.
Mayor,
Councilman Harjo, sorry.
I'll make a motion to approve resolution 2025-17 and ask the city staff to move forth with ratifying the map as Exhibit A.
Yeah.
Councilman Brennan?
Probably obvious. Brenda, will you print a clean copy of that for presentation and not our chicken scratches or my highlighter on there?
I think this is gonna have Don get that taken care of
Okay.
for us.
Perfect, thanks. I'll second his motion.
It's been motioned and seconded. Any further discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for the question. Councilman Brennan?
Aye.
Councilman Workla, or Councilwoman Workla?
Aye.
Councilman Harjo?
Aye.
All right. Final comments, anything? Meeting adjourned.
Was that 47 minutes? Was it?